The geopolitical landscape in Africa is shifting rapidly, from Mali's diplomatic rift with Ukraine to Turkey's strategic moves in Somalia. Here's what you need to know. Mali and Niger have severed diplomatic ties with Ukraine, accusing it of supporting Tuareg separatists in northern Mali. This move follows Ukraine's alleged involvement in a rebel attack that resulted in significant casualties among Malian and Russian soldiers. The pro-Russian Sahelian states, including Burkina Faso, have criticized Ukraine, reflecting their growing alignment with Russia. This development highlights the deepening divide between pro-Russian and pro-Western forces in West Africa, further complicating the region's geopolitical landscape. Turkey's parliament has approved the deployment of naval forces to Somalia, solidifying its role as the primary security force in Somali waters for the next 2 years. This move is part of a broader defense and economic deal, which includes Turkey aiding in the development of the Somali Navy. Turkey's involvement is seen as a counterbalance to Ethiopia's port agreement with Somaliland, potentially heightening regional tensions. This strategic partnership strengthens Turkey's influence in the Horn of Africa, but may strain its relations with Ethiopia. Shabaab carried out its deadliest attack in Mogadishu since 2022, killing at least 37 people in a coordinated assault on a popular restaurant. The attack is likely a response to the Somali federal government's recent counterinsurgency operations in southern Somalia. Al-Shabaab's ability to strike in heavily secured areas underscores the persistent threat it poses. Despite ongoing military efforts to weaken the group, the attack has sparked public outrage and demands for stronger security measures in Mogadishu. Somalia's partnership with Turkey, including the deployment of Turkish naval forces, is largely seen as a response to Ethiopia's controversial port agreement with Somaliland. The Somali government has condemned Ethiopia's actions as a violation of its sovereignty, escalating tensions between the two nations. This maritime dispute is part of a broader struggle for influence in the Horn of Africa, with Somalia seeking to assert its authority over its territorial waters while countering Ethiopian ambitions in the region. Turkey's strategic partnership with Somalia, including a new naval deployment, significantly boosts its influence in the Horn of Africa. This partnership is a key component of Turkey's broader geopolitical strategy, which includes securing economic interests in Somalia's offshore resources and enhancing its military presence in the Red Sea region. However, Turkey's growing influence could intensify its rivalry with the United Arab Emirates, which also seeks to expand its presence in the region through ties with Ethiopia and Somaliland. West African nations not aligned with Russia have also responded to the Ukraine conflict, with Senegal reprimanding the Ukrainian ambassador over a controversial video. ECOWAS issued a statement condemning foreign interference in the region, reflecting a broader concern among African states about being drawn into global conflicts. These actions highlight the delicate balance African nations are trying to maintain in their foreign relations, emphasizing neutrality while managing partnerships with both Russia and the West. The strategic importance of the Red Sea has intensified rivalries among global powers, with Turkey and the UAE vying for influence in the region. Turkey's naval deployment to Somalia, along with its broader military and economic agreements, positions it as a key player in the Red Sea's geopolitics. Meanwhile, the UAE's investments in Ethiopia and Somaliland reflect its own ambitions to secure access to this critical maritime corridor. These rivalries could reshape the geopolitical landscape of the Horn of Africa,